Nancy Pelosi wants $2,000 stimulus checks ASAP and specifically wants them approved on February 1st. She is also demanding the impeachment and conviction of Donald Trump in the Senate as well. Let's discuss the details in this video, but first, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I post updates almost daily. I'd also like to thank my sponsor, Webull. They've partnered with me to provide free stocks for my viewers, valued up to $3,700. It's completely free and takes 2 minutes. All you need to do is open an account using my link. The link is in the description of this video, just below the like button. Feel free to sell the stocks immediately to use the money if you'd like. Just make sure to fully open an account and then click on the green button that says Get Free Stocks. Okay, let's see what Pelosi had to say today regarding that stimulus check and the impeachment of Donald Trump.
Disparity in incidence of COVID-19 in communities of color. As we salute these actions, we're getting ready for a COVID relief package. We'll be working on that as we go. As you probably have seen, Mr. Hoyer announced that as we work on these issues, we won't be back in session until the beginning of February, another week. February 1st, is it, or 2nd? And but we'll be doing our committee work all next week so that we are completely ready to go to the floor when we come back. And then again, the COVID proposals from the administration build on many of the initiatives that were in our packages all along. It's what the people need. It's what the country needs to crush the virus, put money in the pockets of the American people, and honor our heroes. We're talking largely about executive actions, but I just mentioned that one bill, the COVID package. We also were pleased to see the president come forward, the administration come forward with an immigration proposal. We're pleased that in the House, Linda Sanchez will be taking the lead, Senator Menendez in the Senate. It has the basic principles that we've talked about all along, and we'll see what the timetable is on that. Today, we are in session to vote on the Austin waiver. It is a waiver so that General Lloyd Austin can serve as Secretary of Defense. As I have said, General Austin is a highly qualified and well-respected leader with over 40 years of decorated service. He brings a great understanding of the challenges facing our nation's defenses and the sacrifice of our men and women in uniform and their families. Once the waiver is approved, I feel confident that the Senate will confirm the general as Secretary of Defense. Civilian control of the military is not an issue for us. It is a value. It is a principle. And we are so pleased that unlike the Trump administration, the Biden administration not only allowed but encouraged the general to come and present his views, which is happening right now in Armed Services Committee. So again, a very happy time. I'm very proud of our members. Right before I came here, I was in a session that was made available for members and staff about the trauma of what happened on January 6th. Talked about physical trauma, psychological trauma, vicarious trauma, and the rest. When the press saw my office and the rest and asked about things that were stolen, glass that was broken, just violation of the property there, I really said, that's important. I respect the Speaker's office and the accoutrement of history that is there, but I'm more concerned about the damage that they did to our staff, to our colleagues in the Congress, to the custodial staff in the Capitol of the United States. That is damage. That is damage that must be addressed. The resilience that we want to convey, we tried to do that night by coming right back, opening up the session of Congress, proceeding with the business at hand, the counting of the Electoral College votes to ascertain that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were President and Vice President of the United States. But that was one aspect of resilience. So many members felt their lives threatened. The uncertainty of it all contributed to the trauma. This is something that everyone in the country should take a measure of how they reacted to this. But let us all pray for the resilience that our country is famous for and that our people need to have as we go forward. And that one other part of that is that we will be, in the next few days, when I'll be talking with the managers as to when the Senate will be ready for the trial of the then President of the United States for his role in instigating an insurrection on the Capitol of the United States, on our democracy, to undermine the will of the people. It's very clear has been on this path for a while, but just that day, he roused the troops. He urged them on to fight like hell. He sent them on their way to the Capitol. He called upon lawlessness. He showed a path to the Capitol, and the lawlessness took place. A direct connection in one day, over and above all of the other statements he had made before. So in any event, if somebody's asking, I'm not going to be telling you when it is going, but we had to wait for the Senate to be in session. They've now informed us they're ready to receive. The question is, are there questions about how a trial will proceed? But we are ready. With that, I'm pleased to take any questions. What do you got, Chad?
Okay, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below regarding what Nancy Pelosi just had to say regarding a February 1st deadline to get that stimulus check approved and calls to make sure Trump gets impeached and convicted in the Senate. But let's start with those stimulus checks. Pelosi is demanding this stimulus be approved on February 1st. Now, the House is set to reconvene on February 1st, and she has promised that the House will be completely ready to approve this package on that date. Now, what is it going to take to make sure the Senate approves it as well? Well, guys, Mitch McConnell continues to lurk in the shadows, and a lot of you have commented on my videos, well, McConnell is out of the picture. He's not the majority leader anymore. But guys, I want to clarify here. Although he's not the majority leader anymore, he is still the minority leader, and Republicans have a strong minority in the Senate. Republicans have 50 votes in the Senate, and Democrats have 51 votes. And in order to have this stimulus package approved as quickly as Nancy Pelosi wants, Democrats will need about a dozen Republicans to vote yes for this. Otherwise, Republicans will be able to block it via a filibuster, at which point Democrats will have to use something called a budget reconciliation, which would still approve stimulus, but most likely take a few months instead of a few weeks. So yes, Pelosi has a nice deadline. February 1st would be really great to get these stimulus checks sent out. However, a lot of this still depends on Mitch McConnell, despite the fact that he is only the minority leader. Now, let's talk about that impeachment situation, right? So let me know in the comments, guys, do you think Trump should still be convicted? Whether or not you like Trump, he's already out of office. And to be honest with you, this impeachment will stifle stimulus, and this will have an effect on negotiations. But let's see what Pelosi had to say about that. Someone asked her if they were worried about the fact that an impeachment could undercut Biden's call for unity. Now, yesterday during Biden's inauguration speech, he gave a really good speech talking about uniting the country and uniting Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, calling on them to come together and put aside their differences for the American people. Now, whether or not you think Trump should be impeached, if Pelosi takes this to the Senate, it is going to anger a lot of Republicans. And what do you think is going to happen there? It's going to create a great divide, right? And that divide might put us in a setback. Now, Republicans responded really positively to Biden's call for unity. Mitch McConnell, who is the Republican leader in the Senate, Kevin McCarthy, who is the Republican leader in the House, they have all came out and said, you know what? We are on board. Let's work with Democrats and let's get this done for the American people. Now, this impeachment trial could completely throw that out the window and throw a huge wrench in this stimulus negotiation and make it then get delayed for a few months. Now, Pelosi said she's not worried about that, okay? But I personally disagree. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Democrats should set this impeachment aside in order to have stimulus approved more quickly? Pelosi is saying, you know what, they're two different things. And she's actually saying that Trump needs to pay for what he did. Those are Pelosi's words, not mine. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In any case, we're going to need Mitch McConnell on board to get this approved quickly, right? And let's recap what's included in that stimulus package. Again, it's $1,400 stimulus checks for adults and an additional $1,400 check for dependents. And this one does include adult dependents. So if you have an adult dependent, or if you are an adult dependent, you would receive that extra check as well. It also includes a $400 per week unemployment boost, which is set to last until the end of September. It also includes a child tax credit, which, depending on the age of your child, would allow you to get $250 or $300 per month in extra stimulus money for the entire year of 2021. Of course, it also includes $25 billion in rental assistance to help people pay their rent. I know that first round of rental assistance still has not gone out, but regardless, it still is more money to help those pay their rent. Now, through executive order, Biden has already frozen those student loan payments, as well as extending the eviction moratorium and extending that mortgage forbearance program as well. Now, one thing I want to point out is stimulus for those on Social Security. Biden has promised us to include that in his first 100 days in office and has promised to approve a $200 per month boost for everyone on Social Security benefits. Now, with that said, we were really disappointed when he did not mention that in his first proposal, but guys, don't worry, he is still expected to approve that one way or another in his first 100 days, so we should have plenty of updates on that in the next couple of weeks as well. And of course, Biden wants to do this on a bipartisan level. So this stimulus package is expected to have some compromises as well to appease Republicans in the Senate. Most likely liability protections for businesses so they cannot be sued due to the illness, but we're not quite sure what else that would include. And again, just to recap, Mitch McConnell is key to this. That relationship between Biden and McConnell is the key to get this stimulus package approved on February 1st, which is Pelosi's deadline for getting this approved. Now, there have been a lot of signs showing that McConnell is willing to work with Biden. I've covered this in my previous video. Not only did McConnell attend the inauguration, but he also skipped Trump's exit ceremony in order to go to Biden's church service, which was held the morning before the inauguration. And not only did McConnell skip it, Kevin McCarthy, a Republican representative in the House, and even Pence skipped that as well. So there are a lot of signs here that Republicans are on board and are willing to work with Biden. McConnell has even repeated the same rhetoric that Biden has said, that we are all American and we are all in this together. And he is calling for Republicans to put their differences aside, to work with Biden and get this package approved. Now, with that said, talk is cheap, and we need action. So we should have a lot of updates in the next couple of days regarding that stimulus check, negotiations on that massive stimulus package, including that unemployment boost, stimulus for those on Social Security, and rental assistance on top of many other things. But guys, if you made it this far into my video, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I just want to say thank you for being a part of this community. And with Biden's speech regarding unity, I want to point out the fact that this community is almost 60,000 members strong. We have 60,000 subscribers on this channel, and we get a lot of comments on these videos, and sometimes these comments are negative. And guys, I completely understand. We're going through a crisis. We cannot be positive every single day. But please, I want to urge you guys to please don't attack each other in the comments. You know, I like to see a healthy debate. I love seeing both Democrats and Republicans' opinion on things, which fosters communication and fosters a healthy debate. But guys, please, let's remain respectful in the comments. And I'm going to end this video with a video that the White House has released, which is meant to inspire all of us to not only heal ourselves, but heal each other through empathy and respect as we all try and recover from this crisis, guys. So with that said, I'm going to play that video, and thank you so much for watching and have a great day.